So the game design was largely driven by this being a very big growth segment, the cluster grid pay mechanic segment, and we had some big shoes we had to fill. A lot of our competitors were well ahead of us, so we were really trying to push the limits in terms of what we could do. This is the first time we'd ever done a grid and cluster pays game at the same time. There's a lot of moving pieces in it, but we're trying to really push what the genre can do.
We saw a space in the market where more studios were coming out with the darker demonic style games. Our twist was a bit different. We didn't want to be too serious, hence why we went for the colourful, more generic looking demons. We wanted to make sure that people understood they were demons, but less threatening, which is why they come across a bit impish, a bit cheeky. For me personally, I like the red one. He just looks a bit more impish-like, a bit more cheeky, whereas others have a bit more of a serious tone about them.
It has a very forgiving base game, but also has a lot of action in it. A lot of your big wins are in the free games bonus. So the whole point of the game is building up your trigger on that free games bonus so that you start with a really high multiplier and potentially some extra free games as well, because at the end of the day it's all about getting all the way to the top and unlocking that 12th row. So the volatility really comes in when those multipliers pack themselves up, and if you get really lucky and get a few demon features in a row, you'll get a lot of it. So the one thing that we really wanted with this game was to keep the DNA a relatively simple experience. So in terms of inspiration for the bonus round, we really wanted to combine a couple of things that were relatively well known and quite easy to follow in an interesting way, in a way that perhaps people never thought they could be combined. So a game with expanding real height has been done, a game with an uncapped multiplier has been done, but doing the two together is a very different proposition. The two build on each other in really interesting ways, and then you factor in that we're keeping all our demon features, the roll frequency goes up, and there's also the potential for multiplier boosts and extra free games. And the whole thing together creates a pretty dynamic and pretty captivating experience. I would say this game launch differs from others in just the sheer scale of what we're trying to achieve. So we are going for what at the moment is a true global launch. We're launching in just about every jurisdiction we can, all in one go.
I personally love the game. It's one of my favourites. It's fun to play. I like a cluster game. I like the reactions that you get on subsequent cascades. You can go on long runs. It's very on trend, and I think it has wide player appeal. So I certainly believe it will be a successful launch.